What a good afternoon it is here in Central Texas. Thank you everyone for clicking on this video. Had a slight issue here, and it's that this guy is out of corn, so we're gonna throw some corn in it and get some pigs coming back to this spot because, well, they're an issue and they need to be taken care of. Now, before we go too much further into this video, you guys with the word or the verse of the day. This comes from James chapter 1 verses 22 through 24, and it says, "But don't just listen to God's word, you must do what it says, otherwise you are only fooling yourselves. For if you listen to the word and don't obey, it's like glancing at your face in a mirror. You see yourself, walk away, and forget what you look like." The Bible wasn't just written as something that we should abide by every once in a while, or something that is just there for us to read like any other book. It is there for us to obey and live our lives by that. And no, I'm not perfect, and no, neither is anyone else, and it can be difficult, but following these rules isn't what's going to get you into heaven, but it is important. And neither is being a good person. Being a good person isn't going to get you into heaven, but it is very important that we pay attention to read and listen to the word of God and obey what it says, for that is God's word. Now, that being said, I'm full of excitement today. First of all, I'm getting this back up and going, and secondly, the old Polaris may be up for sale. Now, if any of you are interested, I want to go through this very quickly because this isn't the point of the video, and I just realized that I drove off with my gas cap still off after I put gas in it, and I don't know how I didn't lose it, but I didn't. That's very fortunate. Anyway, what I have here is a 2016 900 HO sitting on 40-inch tractor tires, and it has 8-inch portals. It has a stinking list that is enormous of all the aftermarket stuff that has been put on it. I have a front winch up here. This is a custom built metal front bumper. Oh, and also have the LED pods in here, which are extremely bright, by the way. I also have the windshield. It's a glass windshield, and then the light bars up front, which are stinking awesome. I have light bars on the side, custom metal roof rack, and then I have the snorkels, that's the word, snorkels out the back. I have a winch up here on top with reverse lights up there, the pods in the corners. I have the big tractor or farm jack that works for if you need to change a tire in a tight spot. Metal doors. I have these are, I don't remember what brand these are, but they're weatherproof, like marine grade speakers. Taking a look in here, yes, it is dirty. This Polaris, here's all my switches for the LED light bar, the side lights, the rear lights. You have your 12-volt sockets here to plug in whatever. Here's your switch for the smaller LEDs in the front bumper. You also have a heater and temperature control here, which works, and it works fantastic. You have the vents here in the dash, and you also have the vents that blow into the floor. If you're looking for a tricked out Polaris, this is the one. I love it, I really do, but I want something easier for the people that hunt with me can get in and out of, because this thing, it's like super tall. Like the top of the steering wheel is up at my head. It's very tall. So super awesome package, and if you guys are interested, email me. My email is at the very top of the description, and you guys can shoot me an email. I will respond to you very quickly. But as far as the suspension goes, there's a lot of upgrades there as well, and I only have like 250 or so hours on it, very low hours, and it's always been very well taken care of, except for the fact that it's dirty right now. It is kind of dirty, but if somebody decides to buy it, I will completely detail it for you and make it shine. Now, the main purpose and the whole point of this video, and what I'm very excited about and what I've been telling you guys about for the last several months, is I've been saying about all these new things that we're going to do this year and all the fun things and blah blah blah, and we're finally getting to start the process of some of these videos. It's going to be a series and the new things that we're doing, and I am super stoked about this. Now, I can't hold out any longer. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you this area that you're seeing right here is going to be turned into food plots. I'm going to be doing a food plot series, a plotting series, if you will. If there's any of you out there that do food plots, please drop your comments down below. Let me know any kind of details or information. I would appreciate it very much. This is not my first time doing food plots, but it is my first time doing food plots on this property. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of show you guys the different areas that I have picked out. Now that we are in March, it is getting to be about that time where we got to get this process started. So I am stoked to do that, and I will have a couple more videos in this plotting series this month, but for now we're going to start with this one. We're going to go check out the spots, and I'm going to show you guys what all I plan to do, some of the processes, etc., and I can't wait to do that. But for now, let's feed this feeder. Let's fill this feeder, and then I will show you guys where I'm putting my plot in here, and we will go from there. Yeah, let's get to it. We got a lot of work to do, got a lot of things to cover. I hope that you will subscribe and that you will enjoy this food plot building series. And you have to subscribe and stay around and hit the notification bell. That way, as we move into deer season, you guys can see the progress from now, before planting and the preparation that is required and involved, and then into deer season where we sit over these food plots and harvest our game off of them. So be sure that you stick to this channel because you don't want to miss it. You got to be a part of it. Now let's get going. I didn't want to bore you guys with the mindless feeder fiddling, but it is done. And so here's what my plan is. Basically, from this tree right here that I'm pointing at, I'm going to come out, and I'm going to come just inside of where this hump is and those little oak shrubs, and that's a mesquite tree. But I'm going to basically come out, make a big circle right around here. I'm going to come out a pretty good ways out this direction. I'm probably going to come out somewhere about in here, about even with this big tree. This little plot right here is going to be about 1/8 of an acre, roughly. Not very big, but like somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 of an acre little plot. And I'm going to leave this feeder here. I may actually extend it out a little bit, and as far as width goes and length, running this way. But I'm going to come all the way back, and what I'm going to end up having to do is I'm going to end up probably having to fence this little section off because the cows can get in here, and I don't want them tearing up my oats. I mean, not my oats, but my food plot. And I'm gonna fence off from here just some strands, some T-posts, probably just some slick wire all the way around, 2 strand, just to keep the cows out, but everything else can still get in. So like I said, I'm gonna keep this feeder running. There's another look at the Polaris for you guys if anyone is interested. It is in tip-top shape, in good condition, no issues whatsoever. I love it. Now, with that being said, I'm pretty stoked about this spot. It's a little bit sandier soil, as you guys can see right here around this feeder. It's going to be fairly easy for me to plant here, and I am going to get a pull behind disc that goes behind this Polaris. I'm going to have to make some adjustments to it, obviously, because there's like 3 foot of drop in between my hitch. I'm gonna have to build and weld a hitch to come down so I can pull this disc so I can have it at the level that I want it, but it's gonna be perfect. I can do all that and take care of all that. Now, I have done tons and tons of research and trying to figure out what all I need to do to get prepped and do this correctly. All I'm doing, guys, is I'm gonna go to Tractor Supply and I'm gonna get, or Northern Tool or wherever, and I'm gonna get one of those pull behind ATV discs. It's like, if you can find one on sale, you can get them for like 350 bucks or 400 bucks or whatever. They can be much pricier, or they can be, you know, even cheaper. So that is my route. I'm trying to do this like affordably because I want to help you guys out, and I want all of you to be able to understand that, like, you don't have to go out and buy a small little tractor and a disc and all these things in order to do this. And I will elaborate on that more as we go through these videos. But all in all, right now, I'm gonna buy that disc, that pull behind disc, which is about 400 bucks. I'm gonna go to Tractor Supply and I'm gonna buy a $130 sprayer, and it's got a little 12-volt motor in it. And all it is it's like a, I want to say it's like a 30-gallon tank or something like that. I'm gonna get some Roundup. I'll also be getting some fertilizer, and then also what I'm probably going to do at all 4 of the potential plots or areas that I'm going to put plots in is I'm going to go and visit with my local ag extension office, or I'm going to go to a feed store and see if I can get a soil test kit. I think if you get the ag extension office, the local one in your area, I think it may be like 10 bucks per soil test. So I'll spend 40 bucks. So right now I'm at like $570 something, and I don't need all this stuff right now. I'm just buying the pieces that I need as I go. Roundup, you know, that's gonna be another expense, but I'm gonna try to keep this under $1,000. I already have all my seed, and I will show you guys my seed. I'm probably gonna end up having to buy some more because I added a 1 acre plot to this whole design, this whole series today. I just found the spot on my maps, and I decided that I wanted to go ahead and do it. So probably gonna have to buy some more seed, looking at like another 50 bucks there, but I'm getting close to that $1,000 range with what I have right now. But that's pretty much everything that I'm gonna need. I will have to get some herbicide, and I will need to get some fertilizer. I don't know what I'm going to use just yet, if I'm going to use nitrogen or if I'm going to go a different route. Again, I'm going to figure these things out whenever I talk to my local extension office, my ag extension office, or I'll just do some more research and figure out what works best according to the seed and what I'm planting. Those things are still about a month out, because it's going to be about how long it's going to be before I am going to be able to be here and plant. Also want to make sure that we're not going to have one more really good frost or freeze. Depending on what my soil samples, my tests come back saying, I may need some lime. I can get some pelletized lime, and I can spread that along in here with my seed and with my fertilizer whenever I disc everything up. So that's kind of the process. That is the steps that I'm going to be doing at each and every one of these plot sites. And very quickly, the reason why I'm putting in these plots is because they are extremely beneficial. First of all, if I plant them and I have different plots for different seasons, I'm going to be able to keep deer year round. It's going to attract more deer and hold more deer, and then come deer season, we are going to have more numbers, which is great, and we are hopefully going to see more bucks, bigger bucks, and then that's all great and everything. But my main focus, I guess more than anything, is that we're going to be putting in some very nutritional plots, which is going to be very beneficial to the deer herd. It's going to be very healthy. It's going to help them in antler growth and body growth and weight, so on and so forth. You guys get it. But it's going to be a great food source and all times of year. I am pumped for this. So stick with me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I have not been in this very location in several years, and I forgot how like secluded and quiet this portion is. And I know that in this tree line right back here that you guys are seeing is back over in that direction is bedding, and then along this tree line over here is a creek that runs through. And as a matter of fact, I think it's very close. I think it's within like 15-20 yards off the edge over there. Now there's right here, right there where I'm pointing, is one wide open trail where a lot of animals have been coming through here. I just have, in the last few minutes of coming up in here, have fallen in love with this particular spot. I use a lot of different types of maps to kind of gather my information, and they were running right to me. That was 3 whitetail. So as I said, this is a bedding area, but let me start over one more time. I use a lot of different maps to gather information and kind of figure out what I need to know. Like the different maps that I use have different tools, and so they help me all quite a bit. But anyway, that's not really important. What is important is that whenever I was using these maps and I was looking at a satellite view from up above, I could see hundreds of these. And obviously what these are really good game trails. And you know, just hearing them deer right over there. They were like 30 yards from me. I bumped them up. But these trails are quite ridiculous coming through here. So there's one that splits that way and one that splits that way. And as I was looking out through all of this from an aerial view, I could just see the trails that were cutting through. And one more time, we'll take a quick glance up here. Obviously there's these trails that are running along, skating through. You can see that one pretty well. But doing your research in that is incredibly important when it comes to figuring out where you want to put the locations of your plots. It's going to be a lot of work, and I have a feeling that it's going to be a lot of videos in this series, but getting from start to finish is going to be super duper fun, and being able to document the whole process of putting in these plots is very exciting to me. And so I hope that for those of you that are interested, that you will be watching and sticking along with me as well. Not all of the plotting videos are going to be long-winded, nothing but a bunch of talking, but like I said, this very first video here, just kind of showing you guys the layout, all the details, the meat and the potatoes, and the whys and the do's and the don'ts, and so on and so forth. All the other ones from here on out are going to be pretty action-packed and not so boring. So super fortunate and blessed to be able to do this and share this with you guys. So I really appreciate the support and you guys watching and hitting the thumbs up and dropping comments down below. I have some other fun and exciting things coming up for you guys that I will be announcing in the next couple of videos, the next video for sure. But yeah, this is kind of what is going to be going down this spring, is hog hunting, turkey hunting, putting in food plots, going fishing. We're going to do all kinds of great and incredible things, and I want you guys to be a part of this channel. And please watch the fishing videos, watch the plotting videos. Yes, I love to do the hog hunting and you guys love to watch it, but please support the channel and watch everything. It really means a lot to me. Put a lot of hard work and hours into doing this stuff for you guys, and I love being able to connect with y'all and enjoy the great outdoors with you guys. This great creation that God has given us, let's transform this land here into something that is more beneficial for the wildlife, and let's reap the reward and the harvest come this fall. And I want you guys to be here for the whole process. And with that being said, I am going to close this one out. I gotta do a couple more little things, and then I'm gonna hit the road, head back to the house, and start working on this video. But I love you guys. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you for clicking on this video, for subscribing, for watching, all the support, blowing up videos here recently. Be sure that you pick up some 4B merch down in the store below. I've just about got all of the old merchandise wiped out. I'll be doing several more runs of these hats. I'll keep these in stock, but everything else is fixing to get changed up, new designs, so on and so forth. Go pick you some up, help support the channel, help support doing this stuff that you guys love to see. Love you guys, y'all are awesome, and I will see you in just a few days.
Down to the river, down to the river.